welcome to the next set of video notes. This is 4.4 and it's called Solve ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 by factoring. Now that's kind of like what we had before, only I put the a in a parenthesis. So what I'm going to tell you today is that a is probably never going to be equal to 1. But guess what? If you think about how the last video started, this is not a rerun. This is just the same process. We're going to do it again. Okay? And that was kind of the beauty of learning this process the other day. We're just going to repeat it. So let's remind ourselves, we're going to figure out what a, b, and c are. We're going to multiply a times c. Only remember, a won't be a 1. And then we're going to figure out all the factors of ac, and we're going to pick the one that adds up to b. Then we're going to expand b into the two factors. We're going to group the first two terms and the last two terms. We're going to factor out what's in common. We're going to put the factored stuff into a binomial, and if we need to, we can set each equal to 0. So same exact steps. The problems are just going to look a little different because a is no longer 1. So let's go ahead and let's get started, just in case you're feeling bored already with review type material. We have 5 examples today. Okay, so first thing we need to do, find our a, our b, and our c. What is a? Ooh, not 1 this time, but it's 3. B is positive 10. And c, notice, is negative 8. So, step 1, it's done. Step 2, we're going to say a times c, and that's just 3 times negative 8, which is negative 24. Now, we've got to figure out two numbers that can multiply to give us negative 24. And are going to add to give us 10. So let's start trying out our pairs. Well, 1 and negative 24. We'd also have negative 1 and positive 24. We could have 2 and negative 12. Or we could have negative 2 and positive 12. We could have 3 and negative 8. We could have negative 3 and 8. We could have 4 and negative 6. Could have negative 4 and 6. Aren't you glad you learned your times tables? Because this is where they come in at. Okay, so do any of these add up to be a positive 10? I hope some of you out there are going, circle it, Mrs. Roth. Yes, this is the one that adds up to positive 10. So, double check, negative 2 times 12, yep, gives me negative 24. If I add them, I get a positive 10. Woohoo! So, step 3, we're going to, instead of writing 10x, we're going to write negative 2x plus 12x, and then we've got our negative 8. Okay? Now, next part, group the first two, 3x squared minus 2x, and group the next two, 12x, minus 8. And we're going to look and see what's in common. Well, what do they have in common? Whoa, not even a number, right? 3 and 2, nothing in common. But notice they both have an x. So in step 5, we're going to pull the x out. We're left with 3x minus 2. Okay? 3x squared divided by x gives us 3x. Negative 2x divided by x is negative 2. Now this one, 12 and negative 8. What goes into both of them? Ooh, 4. And what are you left with? 12x divided by 4 is 3x. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. And notice the stuff in the parentheses is the same. Yay. So then step 6, we put what's out in front together, x plus 4. And then we just get to write this down once, because it was in both of them. It's like we're pulling it out. And now you're done. And you could always check these. X times 3x, yep, 3x squared. 4 times negative 2, oh yeah, that gives us negative 8. And I bet if we do the inner terms and the outside terms, we're going to get positive 10. You did it. You're great. Let's move on to the next one. All right, most of the time your directions are just going to say factor. Not a big deal. And we do the same steps. A is 6, positive that is. B is what? I don't see a number. No! Oh wait, it's just a positive 1. And C is negative 15. Okay? So number 2, I do A times C, which is 6 times negative 15. And that is negative 90. And so we need to list out all the factors of negative 90. So let's see, we've got -1, +90, +1, -90. Remember, we won't write the plus. Wow. 2, -2 and 45. 2 and -45. Hey, are any of you catching that what pair it is way before I even get there? Okay, good for you. -3 and a +30. +3 and -30. We gotta keep going, don't you? Let's see, 4 won't go into it. Let's try 5. Let's say -5 and +18. Nope, that's not right. -5. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is, sorry. And 5 and -18. Well, that's not going to give it. 6 will probably go in. We already saw that. -6 and 15. 6 and -15. Are you just dying? Do you just want to say, come on, Mrs. Roth, that's not it? I hope so, because maybe you realize -9 and 10, or 9 and -10. And we need to add up to 1. Oh, talk about saving the best for last, Mrs. Roth. All right, so there we go. So now we're going to rewrite it, and we've got 6x squared minus 9x plus 10x minus 15. Now you could put the 10x first and then the -9. It doesn't really matter, but I tend to like the negative one first. Okay? We're going to group them. 6x squared minus 9x and 10x minus 15. And now, what goes into both of these? Ooh, 3 and also an x. So now we're on step 5. 6x squared divided by 3x. Well, 6 divided by 3 is 2. X squared divided by x, you're just left with an x. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Oh, and the x's are just gone. So you're fine. And then over here, what comes out of here? Oh, 5. And you've got 2x minus 3. Now, is the stuff in the parentheses the same? Yes, so we're good. So we pull out what's in front, 3x plus 5. And then they each had a 2x minus 3. Okay? You doing okay with this? Let's keep on moving. Now, this one, you might look at and go, really? 49 times 64? Yuck. Wow, 49 and 64. These seem kind of interesting because I think that's like 7 squared and this is 8 squared. Ooh, that's one of those perfect square ones. So sometimes go back to your rules and look at it. This would be 7z plus 8 and 7z plus 8. And let's see, that gives me 56 times, or added another 56. Yep, it's exactly. So, please don't insist on writing out every pair if you found it. If you see, oh, this is one of those easy ones to factor, go ahead and do that. And maybe we should list those easy ones first. If it's a squared minus b squared, it's going to factor a minus b and a plus b. If it is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, it goes down to a minus b and a minus b. If it's a squared plus 2ab plus b squared equals a plus b, a plus b. And here, we didn't even really know off the top of our head what 2 times 7 times 8 was, but you can kind of tell, wow. Okay? So don't make things harder on yourself unless you're just looking to